Right then, trial improvement. Alright, around about the C grade level, you want to find to the nearest decimal place the solution to x cubed minus 3x equals 20. Alright, algebraically, at GCSE level, there's no way to solve this. This is going to be on both foundation and higher papers. Right, you will need one of these. For those of you who don't know, it's a calculator. Yeah, that sounded a bit arrogant, sorry. Right then, okay, first thing you're going to do is construct a table. You want your possible x values. You also want your actual function, which is x cubed minus 3x, or I should say expressions, shouldn't I? And then, well, some people write it down as a comment line, but you will need this line, and you'll see what for in a minute. Okay, if you think you can have a go at the solution, then pause it now. Right, so what am I going to start with? I'm going to start with x equals 1, because it seems sensible to start with 1. Sometimes it's a good thing to do. Even if it's way off, it'll give you an idea of whether your solution is positive or negative. Right, 1 cubed minus 3 times 1, right, is going to be minus 2, and that is too small. Okay, that doesn't give me 20, it's way too low, okay. I might, because of that, instead of trying 2 next, I might try 3. So 3 cubed, which is going to be 27, minus 3 times 3, which is 9, so 27 minus 9 is going to give me 18, and that's too small. However, it's not too far off, is it? Okay, let's try 4. So 4 cubed is, let's say, 64. Okay, minus 3 lots of 4, which is minus 12, and that's going to equal 52. Okay, fantastic, because this one is too big, and that's what we were waiting for. Right, now we've got two numbers. One that's too small, and one that's too big, so it means that the solution must lie between these two numbers. Okay, we want the answer to one decimal place, so probably the most sensible thing to try next would be 3.5, because it's halfway in between. The only thing I'm going to say though is that it seems to be much closer to 3 here, because your 18 is very close to 20, so I might even jump a little bit further and say, you know, just out of interest, I'm going to try, say, 3.2 or 3.3. I might try 3.2 to start off with. So here's 3.2, and this is really where you're going to start using the calculator. So you type in your 3.2 cubed, okay, then minus 3 lots of 3.2, okay, being careful with your brackets, and you get 23.168, and that's too big. Super, we were kind of hoping for that. So now I know that my answer lies between, because that's 4's no longer now like the upper limit. Not like the upper limit, the actual upper limit. So I don't need that anymore. So now my number definitely lies between these two numbers. Okay, so then the obvious choice then is then you're going to try 3.1. And I might even call that 3.0. Which you might see what for later. Right, 3.1 then. Let's give that a go. 3.1 cubed minus brackets 3 times 3.1. Okay, and really interestingly, we get the answer 20.491, which is too big again. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, what are we going to do? Right, that's now our upper limit, so we don't need this one anymore. Now, you know, I appreciate you can't do this in your textbooks or on the exam paper, but this is really just visually showing you where that number is going to lie in between. Right, I've now got the question for myself, is it closer to 3.0, which is 3, or is it closer to 3.1? So I need to go halfway between the two of them, and that's why I wrote it as 3.0. Right, so that's a bit like saying what's halfway between £3 and £3.10? Well, it's £3.05, so 3.05. Let's do that one. So 3.05 cubed minus brackets 3 lots of 3.05 equals, what do you reckon? Can I have a guess? God, that sounds really lame. Anyway, right, that is 19.222625. This one is too small. And I can do now, that's now my lower limit. So I can get rid of this 3.0 because that's no longer now my lower limit. So now, my answer lies between these two values here. Right, if my answer is closer to 3.1 than 3.0, then to the nearest decimal place, my answer is going to be 3.1. So x equals 3.1 to 1 dp. Chuffed.